Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at a new digital audio player. This is the Snowsky Disc. Just came out recently. It's by the audio company Snowsky, which is a sub-brand of FiiO. And those of you guys who are into audio and digital audio players will be pretty familiar with FiiO. They've been making digital audio players I would say for a long time, since the early 2010s, and they're fairly well known in the space. And yeah, they make like IEMs and they make amplifiers as well. But Snowsky, I think they use this sub brand to market their more budget offerings. So usually Snowsky stuff is under $100, and they're probably most well known for the Echo Mini, which looks like a small Sony Walkman, like a cassette player. And this is kind of the follow-up to that, because this one, following up from the Sony Walkman cassette player, I guess this one is inspired clearly by the Discman, which is a portable CD player. So this one looking more like a retro 90s CD player in terms of the form factor. So yeah, the Snowsky brand, I mean, it's lower costed, you know, it's very appealing to people who are budget minded, and also looks very interesting and fun. So yeah, all very retro inspired. So I think that's what draws people to Snowsky stuff. But the specs on this thing is fairly similar to the Echo Mini. Now, I don't have my Echo Mini here on hand. I did review it and unbox it a couple of weeks ago, so it's still kind of fresh in my mind. But the specs for this are fairly similar. It's got an Ingenic X2000 processor. That's a fairly common processor for lower end digital audio players, and it should work pretty well. It's reasonably responsive because these things usually use custom operating systems. And the Snowsky stuff does use a custom operating system. It's not Android or anything. So should work well and be responsive. The DAC is two Cirrus Logic CS43131. This is a pretty proven DAC. It's been used on lots of different digital audio players, usually in the budget category. So like under $400, I would say I consider budget. So yeah, you see this DAC being used quite often, dating back to like 2018 with the Cohen Planu R2 that was using CS43131 back then. Of course, at the time that was considered a pretty higher end chip, but nowadays I think it's been relegated to kind of the lower end digital audio players. But it still sounds really good. You know, the Echo Mini had the exact same DAC, and it sounded pretty good to my ears for the price. You know, like the Snowsky Echo Mini was what, $50, $60 US. The Snowsky Disc retails for higher prices. This is like $90 US, close to $100, right, after you add in the tax and everything. But yeah, I mean, let's just say this thing is around $90 to $100. So it's definitely a bit more expensive than the Echo Mini, but it's also kind of unique as well, right? Because just like the Echo Mini, it has a very unique form factor and display, because this has a circular display on it. Definitely something we don't see on DAPs very often. So yeah, the sound quality of CS431 is pretty good. Usually it tends to be warm neutral-ish, but still pretty detailed, especially considering that it's not meant to be competing in the higher end. Like, of course, in terms of specs, it's not going to match up to like a flagship ESS Sabre, like 9039 Pro. It's not going to match up to that in terms of specs, or the AKM4499EX. But that's fine. You know, those DACs you'll find on higher end digital audio players, and most people probably would not notice too much of a difference, to be honest. So I think this DAC will be good enough for most people. Output power wise, goes up to 280 milliwatts on the balanced, which should be sufficient enough to drive most full-size headphones and IEMs, unless you have something like has a really high impedance, like 600 ohm Barrier Dynamic T1, or like Sennheiser HT800S, or like Audize LCD4 or something. Like Hi-Fi Man, like Sysvara, you know, but you wouldn't be using that stuff with the Snowsky anyways, right? You'll be using that with like a desktop amplifier or a higher end DAP, so that's fine. The micro SD can accept up to 2 terabytes, which is pretty, that's pretty high. You know, I don't know many digital audio players can accept up to 2 terabytes on the micro SD card. Well, okay, yeah. This thing can hold a lot of music. I don't even have a 1 terabyte micro SD, let alone 2 terabytes to play around with. I would usually go with 256 or 512 is enough for my music. But yeah, if you have 2 terabytes of music somewhere, then you can put that all in here. No built-in storage on it, but 2 terabytes is a lot. Connectivity, it's got Wi-Fi, it's got Bluetooth 5.4, including LDAC support. Doesn't say aptX, but yeah, it has LDAC, which is generally considered better, but not everything is LDAC. So yeah, I'm not sure about aptX or aptX HD, but at least you do have LDAC, so that's something. And yeah, we'll support all your high-res most music formats like FLAC and WAVE. So yeah, DSD is also supported as well. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so this just came out recently. Like the disc was announced like just right before Christmas or something. And yeah, I finally got this in my hands first week of January in the new year. So yeah, let's take a look. It's on the back. It's this is a pretty small player. So 68 by 68 by 13 millimeter and weighs only 77 grams. And yeah, it has LDAC. It does not have the aptX. Yeah, it does not have the aptX logo here. So I'm guessing it doesn't support aptX, unfortunately. I don't know why, because, yeah, well, maybe it's just because of the price, you know, they can't afford to license it or something. But I got this one in the blue color, just like I got the Echo Mini in the blue color. I think it's, like, more fun than just getting the typical black, you know, because all my DAPs are black. Let's be honest, that's a typical color for electronics. So let's get something a little bit different and fun for the Snowsky stuff. Okay, Snowsky, quick start guide. What do you get here? Something in Chinese, but that's what to be expected. It's a Chinese player, a Chinese company. But here's the English, all right? And it should be pretty self-explanatory here because it's a digital audio player, you know? So not too much to explain here, but you do have gesture operations here. Swipe left, right to return to the previous menu. Pull down the status bar, working mode, switch to pure music mode. So you can go pure music mode and then USB DAC mode. Okay, so yeah, this is, of course you can use this as a USB DAC for your computer as well, just like you can with most digital audio players. Bluetooth transmitting mode, firmware upgrade, which I'm guessing that's what you're using the Wi-Fi for, but you can also do streaming on this thing, I believe, as well. And we can take a look at what's supported there. I would guess at least Tidal should be supported for the streaming. So anyways, there's that. You got these cool little stickers. Yeah, you got that's something fun, right? You got the walk disc. They don't want to say Walkman, right? You know, like Sony should have made something like this, to be honest, but Sony makes Walkmans, right? They still do. They still make Walkman digital audio players. They should make something like really retro flavored. I mean, technically, like on their Walkmans, they do have a mode where like you can use a screensaver that looks like a retro Walkman. But yeah, they should just make like a retro Walkman style, you know, cosmetically looking like an old school Walkman. Like the Aureolus DP-S12, you know, that's something you guys can look up. But the Aureolus DP-S12 looks almost like a vintage Sony Walkman, but it's actually a digital audio player. Sony should do something like that too. But anyways, I guess they want to call this Walk Disc. It says they don't want to call it Walkman, right? That would be infringing upon Sony, right? 90s fashion. And these are little, like, you can put this to overlay on your Snowsky disc, actually, if you want. This one is like a more vinyl turntable that you can load. You can, yeah, put this, like, old school turntable look on your Snowsky if you want to turn it into more of like a record player instead of a CD player. That's cool. I actually prefer records myself, you know, to CDs. That's just me. But it's cool. You can, like, either go with the vintage Sony style Walkman, well, Discman technically, right? So it's a portable CD player, retro style, and go with the, yeah, the record player style. You can put that on your Snowsky as a skin. It's cool. Okay, what's this? Kind of warranty stuff? Yeah, this is a warranty card. So boring stuff, but it's there because you want warranty. Okay, so cable, you get your standard USB-A to USB-C. It's actually kind of amazing, right? In 2026, we're still sending out, the default cable is still USB-A to USB-C, not USB-C to USB-C. It's like USB-A is still like, it's still common enough to be like the default. People still using USB-A as the default for everything, right? Someday we'll see USB-C to USB-C, I think, be bundled in as the default, but still USB-A to USB-C is the default. Still in 2026. Okay. And that's it. Let's take a look at the player here. Okay. Ooh, it's so small, and I like that. Okay, so just like with the Echo Mini, this has a delightfully retro look in appearance to it. I got both of them in this nice blue color, by the way. So the build quality is not bad. It's like, it's still kind of plasticky feeling. It's definitely not like brushed metal or aluminum or anything. Otherwise, like, you would definitely feel that. So it's definitely not like that. But, you know, for 90 bucks, it's fine. Yeah, the Echo Mini was also kind of like brushed plastic. And so is the disc. Yes, the disc is more expensive, but you got to consider that they put a little bit more technology into this thing, right? So that's probably why the price increase. But it's still fine, you know. It's not like it feels really that cheap or anything like that. It's not cheap feeling plastic, is what I'm saying. It feels like good quality plastic, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's kind of got this brushed finish to make it look like it's brushed steel or aluminum, but yeah, it's still, I think, plastic underneath. But you know what? It's fine. It's still like good quality plastic, and I can live with that because of the price and everything. Now, I heard that FiiO is making an upgraded version of the Echo Mini. It's coming out sometime in a few months, I believe. So that is like a slightly bigger, higher end version of the Echo, and I believe that one will come with a full brushed aluminum body. So that one should be, you know, even higher end than the disc. Not sure how much that one's going to retail for, but if the rumors are true, there's a bigger, more premium version of the Echo Mini coming out called the Echo. And yeah, that one I think should have the brushed aluminum. So I'm looking forward to that one when it comes out. But for now, we have this cool thing called the disc. I still consider this a very affordable digital audio player, but definitely a little bit higher quality looking than the Echo Mini. It's actually smaller than the Echo Mini from my recollection. I think Echo Mini was like this size, I think. It was like, yeah, slightly like lengthier, of course, because it looks more like a Walkman cassette player. Actually, for another size comparison, I got my Onyx XM2, which I did a review on recently. This thing is fairly small as well, right? So you guys can see that the disc is like roughly like 80% as large as the XM2, which is already pretty small, right? If you guys want to see how it compares to my Sony Xperia phone, it's my Xperia 5.5. Yeah, look at that, right? The XM2 is already like half the size of my 5.5. And put like my disc there. Yeah, really, the disc is really small. And compare it to my Daily Driver DAP, which is my very high-end low-tube hoggle touch. You guys can see the comparison there, right? Definitely, and I don't consider my low-tube hoggle touch like that big of a player either compared to most modern-day digital audio players. But yeah, the XM2 is a lot smaller than that, and then the disc is very tiny. So that's good, you know, like in terms of the form factor, it looks really cute. Although that also means the screen is smaller, right? So it might not be as, it might be a bit cramped, but we'll see, you know, especially if you're navigating playlists. So now I'm not sure if this is an OLED display or not, nor can I see exactly the resolution of the screen. I don't think I can find the specs on that. But yeah, it's got the Snowsky logo here on top. On the back, it says Snowsky Disc. And yeah, made in China, of course. And then on the left side is nothing. And then on the right side, you got the volume controls up and down, and you got the play pause button right here. So yeah, they put that on the side because there is nowhere to put it on the front, right? It makes sense. And then on top here is where you have the power button, and on the bottom here is where you have the balanced connector and the unbalanced, which is basically 4.4, 3.5, USB-C, and your micro SD card slot. That's pretty simple there. So yeah, overall it's really nice and compact and has all the I/O that you would expect from a digital audio player. All right, let's check it out here. Let's turn it on. Okay. Snowsky. Let's see if I like the UI better than the Echo Mini. I didn't like the Echo Mini UI, to be honest, because yeah, it's owned by FiiO. Because yeah, it's like I'm used to using the touchscreens, I guess, but it's like navigation of playlists on the Echo Mini was kind of a hassle. You had to keep using the buttons one by one, right? The cassette buttons on the side. So yeah, so this is the UI for Snowsky Disc here. Browse files, obviously, I'm gonna load in the SD card later, and then we'll do that. This is actually very responsive, so it's pretty good. I already like it better than the Echo Mini, because the Echo Mini is like, it's not a touchscreen, right? So you have to like keep pressing on the little, you know, the little volume buttons on the side of the Echo Mini to navigate through the entire files and playlists and stuff. And you have tons of files and songs, then it's a hassle. So already it's better because it has a touchscreen. So you got browse files, now playing, of course. Streaming. Now I wonder what it offers when it comes to streaming. Just AirPlay? I was hoping for like Tidal support, Spotify or something, but it seems like it's just AirPlay. Okay. Category. settings, and that's it. Okay, and then you can see the volume, the battery life. By the way, this thing says it lasts for 12 hours playback. Okay, so that's okay. You know, not like the highest, but not low either. That should be fine for most people. You pull down from the top, and you get settings here, much like you do on an Android player. You got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and then going back home. Yeah. And then you can adjust the brightness of the display as well. And I think this is what you're listening to. So once I play some music, you can take a look at that again. Yeah, let's look at the settings. So we got working mode, pure tone mode, USB DAC mode, USB audio storage mode. Well, that's interesting, right? What's the difference USB audio and USB DAC? Pure tone mode, I'm guessing that's just the default. Storage mode, well, yeah, if you're connecting it to your computer and you want to transfer files, then yeah, you would use that. But I wonder what's the difference USB audio, USB DAC. Huh. System setting, charging optimization. You can optimize your charging. Why would I not want to optimize it? Of course I'll optimize it. Brightness, yep, adjust that here. But you can already do that by pulling it down from the top. Screen off time. 2 minutes, and then you can turn out the up to 30 minutes when you want the screen to go off. Now you guys can already see, like, because of this circular display, like some things are going to be cut off, right? I mean, FiiO kind of did the best they could here, right? But you can tell like it's a little bit awkward because some things are cut off here because of the circular display. Like the circular display is just not normal, right? You look at all electronics for your smartphones and digital audio players, like circular displays is not something that's common or normal. It's really only normal on smartwatches. So I guess they kind of have to do something similar to like a smartwatch here. That's like the only electronics I know where like a circular display is like kind of common. Okay. Screen rotation, of course you can rotate the screen if you want, up to 270 degrees if you want to hold it in a different orientation. But by default, I think it's the Snowsky logo in the top left corner would be the default. Sleep, you can change how long it's idle before it sleeps. Save on battery, idle power off. Yeah, so this would be like similar to the sleep setting, except instead of sleeping, it just powers off. Playback theme, front cover or vinyl. Oh, interesting. So this turns, so front cover would be like what, the music that you're playing? Vinyl, okay, interesting. I'll have to test this out with other music when I play, because when I play some music, it'll actually show some, the album artwork and stuff. So we'll try that later. Lock screen theme. Oh, so by default, it's a clock. So if I turn it off, turn it on, yeah, so it's a clock. So the lock screen, it's pretty cute actually, right? You can make it look like an analog clock. And yeah, if you unlock it, then you can turn FiiO sheep, which looks kind of like this. That's FiiO sheep, and then that's a kind of a preview, right? There's another FiiO sheep here, a different FiiO sheep. So this is another one. It's kind of cute looking as well. More colorful, I guess. Ethereality. Okay, that's cool. It really does kind of seem like a smartwatch in this sense, right? Yep. And then Starry Sea. Okay, what's this one? Oh, okay. That one's also pretty cool too. Yeah, I might keep this one actually. I mean, analog clock is cool, but I'll keep actually Starry Sea. Date and time, you can adjust that, of course. Oops. Language, of course, you can adjust that. Right now only supports Chinese and English. System updates. So you can either put it on the SD card or you can do it online with Wi-Fi to update the system. You reset, and then you can do the about device here, the firmware and everything. Okay. So yeah, that's system settings. Wi-Fi, of course, you can connect to Wi-Fi. Bluetooth. Yeah, 5.2 supports LDAC. Playback settings. Play mode. Sequential, shuffle, single, list loop, single play. That's your typical options for playing songs. Memory playback, you can go by position or song here. I think when you go back to a certain song that you played before, maximum volume settings up to 120 stops of volume is what you get, which you can do with this, right? That works well. Okay, audio settings, gain. So high gain right now, low gain. Yeah, interesting because like, yeah, this is actually pretty decently powerful for what it is, right? For the size and the cost, it's 280 milliwatts through the balanced is pretty good. Bluetooth codec. Yeah, so you got SBC, AAC, LDAC. You got LDAC mobile standard and high. I wonder what's the difference between those. I'll just leave it standard, but I don't know what the difference between those three are. SPDIF. You can change your output to output SPDIF, I guess, which is cool. You know, if you want to hook it up to your home theater system or something, I guess you can do that, or your desktop setup. And if you want to use this as a line out, yeah, I guess that's how you could use that as a line out. Equalizer, so you got EQ here as well, but this is your typical presets for different genres. Sibilance attenuation, that's an interesting one. So yeah, if you have some IEMs or headphones that have sibilance, basically you have a peak in the upper treble, you can kind of adjust that here. What's retro, I wonder? But no custom EQ, huh? Yeah, it's just you have presets, but you don't have custom EQ. I'll leave it off. But yeah, it doesn't seem like you have custom EQ, just some presets. Filters, so you got the typical filters you get with Cirrus Logic stuff here. So you got fast, slow, slow, fast. So this is all like, I would say there's a minor difference in this, not like very, very subtle. I personally wouldn't be able to really detect too much, but some people might know this difference if they use filters or not, like digital filters on the music. It's like the slow roll off, fast roll off, or something like that. I usually don't fool around with this stuff. I just leave it with the default. Channel balance, right? Just like in other digital audio players, you can adjust that if you have a channel imbalance in your headphones or IEMs. DRE. Okay, apparently it means dynamic range enhancement. So it's a DAC setting that improves the perceived dynamic performance, especially for low-level audio signals. So apparently it enhances dynamic range by making the quiet sounds clearer and generally adding more impact to the music, especially the bass. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, I guess if you're a purist, you will leave it off. But if you want to enhance the bass, I guess, then you can turn it on, and it might be like a nice bass enhancement, where, you know, dynamic range enhancement. I don't know, but yeah, that's interesting. And of course, you can update the media library. You can do that automatically by when you plug in the SD card with new music. It'll do that automatically, or you can just do it manually here. So yeah, that's it for the settings. Now I'm gonna put some music in and test it out and tell you guys what I think of the sound quality. Okay, so I loaded up some of my files onto here and I'll show you guys how it works. So go browse files and then SD card. And yeah, this is pretty much like, you can either do this or of course you can go to category, and then you can also browse by all songs, artist, or album, or genre. Yeah, so I think those are the two main ways you would just get to your music, right? You can do that by folder, which is browsing files, or by category. I want to go by artist here, scan for some songs. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Scan some songs. Okay, now we got some artists here. Let's go with Ariana Grande. Yeah, and then this is what the interface looks like. So yes, it does have the UI that basically everyone was kind of looking forward to with the disc, right? Because if you're going to make a form factor like this, everyone's like, you got to have it spin, right? And that's what it does. It spins, and just like everyone kind of wants and expects. So I would say this is the kind of the main selling point of the disc here. Just seeing the album art kind of rotate around like it's in a turntable. Like on a CD player, you wouldn't actually see this because the CD's rotating too fast. But on a kind of like an older like vinyl turntable with like a slow RPM is basically what this is trying to do. And I think this is what people were asking for this kind of player. And really the main reason you should upgrade, you know, because honestly, like the difference between this and the Echo Mini in terms of specs isn't too much. Really, the reason you would upgrade to the disc is just for this, you know, this feature here, which is kind of cool, you know. So this interface here is kind of unique, and you have, of course, the ability to play pause. You can, of course, do that with the hardware button here as well, and it'll stop spinning once you do that, right? It's always a nice touch. And then you can change the play style, like you can do like the shuffle, sequential, repeat, loop. You can change that. You can favorite it, add it to your favorites. You can choose go back to your playlist and choose another song there. And of course, you can go to your next track and previous track from here. One thing is, I wish they had hardware buttons for media playback. So they only have the play pause here, but they don't have. Yeah, so this will adjust the volume, but they don't have the ability to go to the next track or the previous track just from the hardware buttons. I think they should add this. At least they don't have separate hardware buttons for that, right? This is something I complain about on the Echo Mini as well. Apparently, you can do that on the Echo Mini, though. You can just double tap it to go to the next track or previous track, but then I don't think that it works here on the disc. So yeah, that's something that's like a little bit nitpicking, because I know, yes, you can go next track, previous track from here, but it would be nice to have that built into the hardware buttons, you know, like double map something onto the volume controls to let us do that, or just give us separate hardware buttons to go to the next track or previous track. But right now, if you want to go to next track or previous track, you have to do it from this touch interface here. Or you can just swipe to go back. You could do that. Or you can just pull down and go home. I think is the easier way to do it. And of course, now you swipe down, you see like that's the song name on there. So it's pretty cool, you know? Like I have just to be able to see that little album art turning, it's like a pretty cool thing, you know? Like I played a lot of my music just to see that. By the way, you can kind of swipe to the right here if you want to change, like you'd be able to seek to a different part of the song, you can do that. Or you can go, if you have lyrics on your file, you can do that as well. But yeah, I tried a lot of different songs just to see this little rotating thing. You know, I know it's like kind of like it's kind of gimmicky, I know, but that's really, I think, the main reason why people would upgrade to the Snowsky disc is just for this feature here, this rotating disc feature. It's just cool seeing like your album artwork just kind of spinning like it's on a vinyl turntable, right? Now let's go back to that playback theme setting. That was actually pretty cool. So once you go to the playback settings here, you go to actually it would be in system settings. Yeah, playback theme. And you change to vinyl. And I'll show you guys what vinyl looks like. Okay, so I changed to vinyl here. And then I'm going to go back to just check out another song here. Let's go with, I think I have the Beatles here, yeah. Okay, let's play this, for example. And yeah, there you go. You have the Beatles, and it's spinning on a vinyl disc, or rather, it looks like a vinyl disc spinning, right? And that's pretty cool. So you can change the theme to something like this. So instead of having the entire album artwork spinning, you can just have it like kind of shrunken down in the middle of this vinyl disc spinning, which looks cool, but actually it's a little bit odd for me because an actual vinyl disc wouldn't be like this. Like I own actual vinyl discs, right? Actual LPs, and I have Abbey Road on LP. And what you'll find on most vinyl discs is actually on the inside, when it's like spinning like this on the center, you'll often have like a track listing and then some more information about the song length, and then of course the artist, and then something about which record company released it and stuff. You'll have that kind of information. You won't have the actual album artwork on the inside. You won't, because the album artwork is part of the packaging sleeve. So this is a little bit odd because, yeah, normally when you have a vinyl record, the album artwork is actually it's the front of the actual album, right? The actual packaging sleeve of the album, not on the actual vinyl disc itself. On the vinyl disc itself, yes, you will have something on the inside, but it's not going to be the album artwork. It's going to be something else. So it's a little bit odd seeing the Beatles like this, right, on the inside. But still, pretty cool. If you want to change the theme and try something different, you have that choice there. I think for me, I'm going to prefer the full size front cover here. Yeah, just because I get to see more of it, you know? Now, I don't know if the screen is OLED or not, but if it's OLED, that would be really even cooler, because that will make the album artwork really almost, I would say, the main selling point of the Snowsky disc is to see your album artwork kind of rotating around like this, right? So yeah, it would be nicer if it was an OLED display, just to make that look even better. But yeah, that's how it looks like. Really, really cool just to see that spinning like that. Right, I'm trying a lot of my songs just to see this album artwork spinning. It's just the novelty of it, right? Yeah, so this makes it kind of very, very unique as a digital audio player. There's no other digital audio player that does something like this in this kind of form factor. So yeah, that's pretty much it about the Snowsky disc, really. The sound quality, I can tell you guys, first of all, yes, 250 milliwatts, I think is enough definitely to drive most IEMs on the market and most full-size headphones too, unless you have something like really, really high impedance or low sensitivity. Yeah, but you wouldn't be using, you know, like a sub $100 digital audio player to drive those anyways. But yeah, in terms of sound quality, it's pretty similar to the Snowsky Echo Mini from my recollection, because it uses the same DAC and it's got the same like nice neutral but still like decently detailed type of sound quality. Things, you know, it sounds actually fairly energetic for what it is, and I would say the sound quality, like this DAC is tried and true. You know, it's been used on a lot of digital audio players, and for good reason. You know, definitely it'll be good enough for most people. Now, for like audiophiles who really want to have real good sound quality, and you got to have the lowest distortion and the blackest background, less noise, etc. Yeah, and the biggest soundstage, this won't have that, right? Because this is a budget player, but you know, it's good for what it is, right? This is like $90, so you got to take that into consideration. Sound quality wise, it's going to be roughly similar with the Snowsky Echo Mini, and I'll have a sound comparison test coming out, and you guys can kind of verify that. Like, I did play the same songs through the Echo Mini, and you guys can compare that to the Snowsky Disc as well. But to me, it sounds fairly similar to the Echo Mini. Same amount of power too. They both have 250 milliwatts. So yeah, and for audiophiles kind of looking for an upgrade from this in terms of sound quality, if you don't care about this form factor, which honestly I think the main selling point is the form factor. But if you're looking for an upgrade, then yeah, you can go with a Shanling M1 Plus, or if you want to upgrade from that, you can go with something like the Onyx XM2, which costs $400. This is like more than four times the price, but it has a flagship CS4308P inside of it, which does sound, this thing is really nice and very powerful too. 800 milliwatts is definitely a lot more powerful than the Snowsky Disc. And yeah, the sound quality, I would say, more detailed, wider soundstage, doesn't sound quite as congested, blacker background. Like these are the typical upgrades you expect from DACs, which is like, I would say, subtle upgrades, right? Most people probably don't care about this. Like most people, you would definitely have a more perceivable improvement in sound quality just by upgrading your headphone or your IEM, I would say. That's where the most of your improvement is going to come from, right? If you want better sound quality, just upgrade to a better IEM or a better headphone. Changing your DAC or your DAP is going to make a difference, but it's like a very marginal difference that honestly I think most people don't care about, except for just some audiophiles. You know, if they want to have, you know, of course, the better sound quality, then of course you can upgrade your DAP and stuff. But for me, it's like the reason to upgrade your DAP would be like, if you want to have a better user interface, if you want to have like more features for something like streaming support, like this one, yeah, like I didn't see any Tidal or Spotify streaming support on here. Maybe they'll be adding it later in another firmware update, but if you want streaming support, hey, maybe you got to change your DAP, you know? Or you want to have, say, aptX HD support. This one doesn't have it. Then sure, change your DAP. You want to have a different, better UI. Then sure, change your DAP, right? UI is that's a big reason to change your DAP. Power, right? If you really do need more power, it's 250 milliwatts, is 800 milliwatts, sure, change your DAP. But sound quality, I would say it's all diminishing returns pretty much. So it's like, this already sounds really good for most people, and this difference here is like only noticeable if you compare them side by side, you know? And this, from this to something like this is a $3,000 DAP I got here. $3,000 low tube Hoggle Touch, which uses an AKM 4497. Like, yes, I can tell the difference, but that's because I have it side by side here. If you don't have it side by side, you can't really tell a difference. So it's like, yeah, marginal improvements only, you know, but you're upgrading to get other stuff. If you're going to be upgrading your DAP, it's probably to get other stuff, right? Power, UI, other features, basically. That's the reasons I would think to upgrade a DAP. So another reason to upgrade a DAP might be like if you don't like the form factor. So if you think your DAP is too small or too big, or you want like a larger display, that might be a reasonable reason to change or upgrade your DAP. Tonality differences. I think that, yeah, this one might be a bit more noticeable than just the pure sound quality differences, honestly. Like if you're changing DACs or DAPs, if you're going for something like more neutral sounding, like you have a lot of ESS Sabre DACs tend to be neutral sounding, some Cirrus Logic as well. But like for DAPs, like Astell and Kern, for example, they have a house sound. That house sound tends to be more neutral and very resolving, but just more on the neutral side. Ibeso, same thing. Their DAPs tend to be quite neutral. Low-2, a lot of people find them very reference and leaning neutral sounding. If you're changing from one of those DAPs or DACs into something that's more warmer, like you're changing to a DAP with a tube output stage in it that has tubes inside of it, or you're changing to a DAC that's an R2R DAC, those tend to be more warmer sounding. So the tonality shift in differences there, that might be more noticeable than just the pure sound quality differences. Like, yeah, the blacker background, less distortion, less noise in the background, like that would be noticeable only if you're just comparing stuff side by side. If you have DAPs side by side like I do, then yeah, you can hear those differences. But normally I would say a bigger difference might be just if you're changing DACs, and then yeah, the tonality differences you might be able to hear a little bit more. You might be able to notice that more. So if you're changing from, you know, a DAP that's like more neutral sounding to one that has like a more warmer musicality, like for me, like changing from an Acetone Kern to something like a Sony Walkman, which is like generally more warmer musical sounding, I think that's a more noticeable difference than just the pure sound quality specs. You know, people look at the flagship DACs and they're, oh yeah, the specs are better, etc. But you honestly wouldn't notice it unless you have it like side by side, right? So I think what's more noticeable to me is like if the tonality changes, right? You're going from something neutral to something like warmer, or something warmer to something neutral, then you'll probably notice that a bit more. For sound quality, it's like something you would only know if you have them like side by side for comparison. Another thing the Snowsky Disc doesn't have is search functionality. It has no way to search songs. So that's another thing where you might want to look into a different digital audio player if you care about that, right? So that's when you might want to upgrade to something like the XM2. Or if you really want like very, very fast search, then yes, something like the Low 2, although the Low 2 is really out of most people's budget. But that would be a reason to upgrade to DAP, you know? Like for me, I kind of have to have search functionality, because if I want to load like 20,000 songs onto something, and like imagine having to scroll through like 20,000 songs on a display like this, right? It's not going to be fun. It's at least it's more tolerable than say like the Echo Mini. That would be a nightmare to scroll through 20,000 songs on the Echo Mini. But like, yeah, even on this smaller display, like it's not really fun. So that's when you're like, okay, if I have that many songs and it's not organized well, then that's when I might want to upgrade to a DAP that does have search functionality. So that could be another reason we know to upgrade to DAP. By the way, something that might annoy some people is that this player does not have gapless playback. That's something that the Echo Mini doesn't have as well, though, by the way. So yeah, neither the Echo Mini or the disc has gapless playback. If that bothers you, then probably don't get any of these Snowsky players. They might add in a firmware update, I don't know, but yeah, as far as I know, gapless playback is not supported in the Snowsky players and the disc. So if you want that, you should probably go for a different brand. Also, something else I noticed about both of these Snowsky players, the Echo Mini and the disc, is that they don't have a true line-out mode. So if you just want to use this as a DAC and kind of bypass the amp, I don't think you can do that. I mean, it does have a SPDIF output mode, but I'm not sure if that's the same thing as a true line-out. So if you guys are looking for a true line-out mode, I don't think that it exists on these Snowsky players. That's something I do notice in like kind of more expensive digital audio players, that they do have a true line-out mode. But yeah, I didn't see any in the options here. So yeah, just letting you guys know. But yeah, I think for most people, like on a budget for sure, Snowsky Disc is good enough. And to be honest, if you just care about sound quality, just get the Echo Mini instead, because that actually sounds pretty similar to the Snowsky Disc. This is more expensive. And the main reason why you would get the Snowsky Disc over the Echo Mini is if you care about this, you know, this interface. Yeah, the spinning disc. Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? It is kind of gimmicky in a way, but it is like the only digital audio player that does this kind of thing. So this would be the main reason to upgrade over the Echo Mini, right? If sound quality itself, just get the Echo Mini instead. It's cheaper, it sounds pretty much the same. But if you care about this interface, like having the spinning album cover, then yeah, only the Snowsky Disc does that. Also, the support for 2 terabyte SD cards. I believe the Echo Mini supports up to 256 gigs, if I'm not mistaken. So if you have a large SD card, you know, so you're storing a lot of high-res files or something onto it, then the disc will support that. So to me, that's the main reasons why you would want to go to the Snowsky Disc. I do think they should add better streaming support than just AirPlay in here. Yeah, like that's something. I think maybe a lot of people might be asking more, but hey, the Echo Mini didn't really have streaming support either. But yeah, I would say if you're thinking about buying the Snowsky disc, it's probably going to be for the form factor and the unique UI. That would be the main reason to upgrade to this thing. Sound quality wise, is fairly similar to Echo Mini. You're not really getting much difference there in sound quality or power output. But it would be for the UI, and then for the support for the 2TB micro SD cards, I would say would be the main reason to upgrade to this thing. I definitely prefer this UI. Having a touch screen by itself is really convenient. With the Echo Mini, like having to use the physical buttons to navigate through long lists, long playlists, or a whole bunch of files, like that is definitely not, it's kind of annoying. It's definitely kind of frustrating to me. So having this kind of touchscreen just by itself is a huge upgrade over the Echo Mini and worth paying the extra money, in my opinion. But on top of that, to be able to get something cool like that spinning disc feature, yeah, that's definitely a nice extra. So this has been like kind of a unique player because of that, right? So I can play something like this. Yeah, look at that. So this is the only music player that does that. So it's a pretty cool feature, Some people might find it gimmicky, but it's pretty cool. So really, yeah, I think the main reason to upgrade from your Snowsky Echo Mini, for those of you guys who are thinking about upgrading, yes, not for the sound quality and the power, because that's pretty much the same. You're going to be upgrading for the better UI or the cooler UI, having a touch display and then having this rotating album cover and then being able to support like a bigger SD card is pretty much the main reasons why you would want to pay extra for the Snowsky disc. But other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. I think the UI is the main selling point of this thing. It's a really cool, unique form factor and a unique UI. I don't know any other digital audio player that would have this. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. But like I said, I've heard rumors that FiiO and Snowsky are going to release an upgraded version of the Echo Mini called the Echo, which is supposedly, this is the premium version of the Echo Mini. And it has like a full aluminum body and everything. It's a little bit bigger. Has a CS43198 DAC inside of it, I believe, which is honestly like it's just a slight upgrade over the 43131. I don't think it's even really that much difference, but it should be an upgrade nonetheless. So for you Snowsky Echo Mini owners out there, yeah, if you want to have like a really cool UI and interface and form factor, definitely check out the Snowsky disc. I think it's definitely worth the upgrade just for the touch display alone. But if you like your Echo Mini and you like that vintage Walkman cassette form factor, then I would say wait for the Echo, the full size, like the more premium version of the Echo Mini to come out. That should be coming out in the next few months. So that one seems to be a nice worthy upgrade to the Echo Mini as well. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you think of the Snowsky disc in the comment section below. Very, very cool device. Definitely does something that other devices don't do, right? Which is to have this interface. Yeah, I also wish they had like a home button somewhere, because like if I want to like go home, I always have to like pull down from the top and then press home. Like there's no home button here, and that's something that a lot of digital audio players do have. So it would have been nice if they have a home button in addition to like dedicated media playback buttons. So like having only only the play, pause, and the volume buttons here, like it's definitely missing some comparing to like a traditional digital audio player. But I guess they wanted to they didn't want to clutter up the device with extra buttons or something. But normally a digital audio player would have a home button and then media playback controls like next track, previous track, in addition to what they have here. So yeah, like I said, the Ingenic X2000 processor is it's tried and proven. Yeah, it's fairly responsive. Like you won't find much lag on this thing. Like yeah, in general, I would say, yeah, unless you have like, a lot of songs loaded, then of course, scrolling through this huge long list is still going to be annoying. There's no like shortcuts on the side like there is in, some other UI for DAPs. But yeah, overall, I'm satisfied with the performance. It's pretty smooth and responsive here. So one other thing, when you're playing a song and you navigate back and say you want to go back to the song, of course you can go to the now playing and you'll be back to the song. But say if you're like navigating somewhere else, then an easy way to go back to the song, of course, is just by pressing on this. So that's a quick little shortcut back to the song. But again, I wish it would just have like another button here where you can kind of customize it, and you can go back to, you can go back to the music player screen and go back home. That's something that Onyx DAPs have that I wish that FiiO and Snowsky would do as well. It's just a little nitpick, Also, yes, it does crop the album artwork a little bit. It kind of has to because it's a circular display. So you notice that in the case of New Jeans, yeah, the bunny's ears are kind of cropped off a bit. But it is what it is, Yeah, it's just the nature of the circular display here. That's something you'll notice when you navigate through songs as well, and artists, and pretty much everything where like the bottom is kind of like cropped off. Well, that's just how it is when you have a circular display, right? This is pretty unique. No other DAP has a circular display. Smartphone as well. There's no other smartphones that have like a circular display, right? So you don't really see circular touchscreens much except on smartwatches. So yeah, it's really not kind of uncommon to have a circular display like this. So yeah, I mean, that's also what makes the Snowsky disc unique as well, right? And on the lock screen, you can see the time, the month, the date, the day, the song that's playing, and the battery life. So I mean, it depends on what kind of lock screen you choose, but for mine I chose this one, and it tells you, yeah, all the nice information that you would normally see on a smartwatch, to be honest, but you get it on this DAP. So yeah, it's pretty nice to have that. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It definitely looks really cool and cute. So I'll have a sound comparison test coming up, comparing the Echo Mini to the Snowsky disc. And yeah, let me know which one you guys prefer. But to me, it sounds pretty much the same. And maybe I'll compare it to some other DAPs I have around as well, around the same price range. So stay tuned. All right, guys, that's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And as always, thanks for watching.
The sun is setting and you're right here by my side, and the movie is playing, but we won't be watching tonight. Every look, every touch makes me wanna give you my heart. I've been crushing on you, baby. Stay right where you are, 'cause I never knew you could hide moonlight in your hands till the night I held you. The sun is setting and you're right here by my side, and the movie is playing, but we won't be watching tonight. Every look, every touch makes me wanna give you my heart. I've been crushing on you, baby. Stay right where you are, 'cause I never knew you could hide moonlight in your hands till the night I held you. The sun is setting and you're right here by my side, and the movie is playing, but we won't be watching tonight. Every look, every touch makes me wanna give you my heart. I've been crushing on you, baby. Stay right where setting, and you're right here by my side. And the movie is playing, but we won't be watching tonight. Every look, every touch makes me wanna give you my heart. I've been crushing on you, baby. Stay right where you are, 'cause I never knew you could hide moonlight in your hands till the night I held you. The sun is setting, and you're right here by my side. And the movie is playing, but we won't be watching tonight. Every look, every touch makes me wanna give you my heart. I've been crushing on you, baby. Stay right where you are, 'cause I never knew you could hide moonlight in your hands till the night I held you.
Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find there. Another road where maybe I could see another side there. Ooh, and then I suddenly see you. Ooh, and then I tell you that I need you every single day of my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. one from me. Let me drown, cause I'm floating in your ocean. Oh, don't let me drown, don't let me down, no, no. It be your love, we are divine, no, don't let me drown. Ooh, girl, I wanna be your soldier, soldier. No place I'd rather be than in your heart. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find. There, another road where maybe I could see another side. There, ooh, and then I suddenly see, ooh, and then I tell you that I need you every single day of my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. I was alone, I took a ride, didn't know what I would find. There, another road where maybe I could see another side. There, ooh, and then I suddenly see, ooh, and then I tell you that I need you every single day of my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life.